Hello students. Every example till now that we have seen has a one-page script that handles an HTML form, something like the one which sorts an array or performs certain calculation. However, as we begin to develop a multiple pages website, it quickly becomes impractical to repeat the common elements over several pages. Certain features such as the HTML design will be used by every pages within the site, and we cannot and you can put these elements into each individual page, but when you need to make the change, the problem is that when you need to make a change, you will be required to make the changes over and over again at all the places. Now we can save our time by creating the templates that separate out the repeating contents from the page specific material. Let us understand this with the help of an example. Suppose this is a web page which contains a page specific material in the middle part of this page, and the left and the right part of this page are constant. Means the left content table and the details table will be same on each and every page. The only part that changes in each and every page is the central page content page, right? This is possible if we use the templates. Okay. So what is template? The key to using the template is to create a prototype. Template is nothing but the prototype of our web page, and then divide it into parts. So how we create a template? To create a template or to create the layout model, we begin with creating a new HTML document in our favorite text editor or IDE. Then we add some CSS code, that is cascading style sheet code, to this our HTML document. Then we close the HTML head and begin the body tag and mark the start of changeable content, means which part of the web page is changeable in every page. Then create the page content that is being displayed in this changeable content area. Then mark the end of the changeable content. After that, we finish the HTML page and save our file as layout.html, and we will test it using our favorite web browser. Now once this layout.html file is created, we can create two subfiles from this layout.html file. The first one is the header.html and second one is the footer.html. Now this header and footer.html files will be present in each and every web page of our website. Only the content area or only the middle content area, as like in this example, will be changing on each and every page. So once we created the three separate files, that is layout.html, then header.html and footer.html, we can use these files or by using the include and require tag. We can save the development time by creating the separate pages for particular elements and then incorporating them into the main PHP page using the specific function. And these specific functions are the include function and the require function. By using these two functions, we can include our header and footer files in each and every web page. Okay, so this is how we create the templates and we use them as an external file. The next thing comes is using constants. Now we have already seen some of the data types, primarily the numbers, strings and arrays that we have already discussed, and we have already seen some of the examples. Now these constants are the another data type, but unlike our normal variable, they retain their initial value throughout the course of the script. Or in simple words, we can say the constants are the variable whose value remains constant, whose value doesn't change throughout the script. We cannot change the value of a constant once it has been set. Right? There are certain variables or there are certain parameters where we find this constant very useful in order to declare such variables. We can only create a constant by assigning it a value. Without assigning a value, we cannot create a constant. Now, unlike our variables which are assigned values via the assignment operator, that is equal to sign, the constants are being assigned values by using the define function. We assign the values to our constant by using the define function. Then how to assign the values? So by using the define function. What is the syntax? Define in bracket the constant name comma value. The constant name and the value pair is provided to the define in order to is provided to the define function in order to declare the constant. Now one important point we have to notice is that the constant don't use the initial $sign as our normal variables do, because the constants are not the variable. The variable, the name itself says that it varies, whereas the constant, the name itself says that it is constant, its value cannot be changed, and that is why the constant don't use the initial $sign as our normal variables do. For example, suppose we have declared two variables, like one is a pi. This is a universal constant. Everybody knows this. We might have, some of you might have learned this in mathematics. So this universal constant pi has a value of 3.14. So we can declare this constant as a define in bracket pi comma 3.14, where 3.14 is the value of this constant, that is pi. Then we have declared another constant named currency, and we have assigned a value as euros. Now, as like declaring the constant, referring to the constant is generally straightforward. You can directly print by using the name of the constant, like print currency, or you can use the number format function on constant like pi comma 1, means we are interested in the value of pi up to 1 decimal place. The next thing is working with the date and time function. Now this PHP has a few functions for working with the date and time, and the most important of which is the date function. By using the date function, we can work with the date and time in PHP. The only thing the date function does is it returns the date and time information in a format based on the argument it is being fed or it is being supplied. Whatever may be the format that we are going to supply to this function, it will return the date and time information based on that. The basic usage of the date function is just date and in bracket the formatting. There are so many formatting parameters available. Some of them I have mentioned here, like we use the different characters which has a different meaning. Like if we use the capital Y, it will represent the year as a 4-digit. For example, 2004 or 2021. If we use the small case letter Y, then it will represent the year as 2 digits, like 21 or 04. If we use the capital L letter, then it will check whether it is a leap year, and it will return 1 if it is a leap year, otherwise it will return 0. Then if we use the letter small n, then it will represent the month as 1 or 2 digits. If we use the letter M, then it will represent the month as 2 digits. If we use the letter capital F, then it will represent the month name like July or February. If we use the capital letter M, then it will represent the month as 3 letters: Feb, JUL, AUG, MAR, MAY, DEC, OCT, something like that. Then if we use the small case letter J, then it will represent the day of the month in 1 or 2 digits, like the 8, like today's date, 26th or 27th. Then if we use the small case letter D, then it will represent the day of the month as 2 digits, that is 08 or 12th or 27th day of the month, something like that. So by using these formatting methods, we can specify our dates. So in the date function, whatever the formatting we provide, it will return the date and time information in that particular format. So in this lecture, we have seen how to create the templates, how to deal with the constants, and how to work with the date and time function. In the next lecture, we will see how to handle the HTML forms with PHP.